In the early summer of 1161, amidst the splendour of Jerusalem, King Baldwin III stands proudly as the godfather to his newborn nephew, also named Baldwin. Amidst the festivities, a court member jests, asking what gift the king intends for his godchild. With a twinkle in his eye, Baldwin III quips that he will give Jerusalem itself, a playful remark that foreshadows the epic and tragic tale that would unfold. Born in 1166, Baldwin IV was the younger child of Amalric, the ruler of Jaffa, and Agnes of Courtenay. He hailed from the esteemed house of Anjou, a lineage known for producing influential European leaders. His uncle was the King of Jerusalem, and his grandfather, Fulk V of Anjou, held prestigious titles. Despite his noble lineage, Baldwin's path to the throne seemed improbable in his early years. Tragedy struck when Baldwin III passed away suddenly, leaving no heirs. Amalric ascended to the throne, and young Baldwin found himself as the heir apparent. However, this newfound status came with challenges. The High Court of Jerusalem opposed Agnes, Amalric's wife, becoming queen, fearing her influence and power. Amidst political intrigue and familial tensions, Baldwin IV's destiny as a king was sealed. His reign would be marked by battles against invaders, struggles with illness, and the constant fight to maintain his throne. Little did anyone know at the time of his birth that Baldwin IV would rise to become the legendary Leper King of Jerusalem. In the annals of Jerusalem's history, the figure of Almeric of Nestle looms large, especially in the context of familial ties and royal lineage. Almeric, as the Patriarch of Jerusalem, made a significant decision that rippled through generations. He dissolved a marriage, citing prohibited closeness in kinship, yet the offspring of this union were acknowledged as legitimate heirs. This event marked a pivotal moment, setting the stage for future developments with the royal lineage. Subsequently, Almeric's son, Amalric, entered into a union with Maria Comneno, the granddaughter of Byzantine Empire Manuel I Cogninos. Their union bore fruit in the form of a daughter named Isabella Baldwin. However, Baldwin's early years were marked by familial upheaval. His mother Agnes departed when he was just 2 years old, remarried to Hugh of Ibelin, and had limited contact with her son due to public obligations alongside her new husband. Young Isabella, Baldwin's sister, was sent to the Bethany convent near Jerusalem to be raised by their aunt, the Abba. This left Baldwin virtually without a familial presence during his formative years. However, Amalric, recognizing the importance of education and mentorship, entrusted Baldwin's upbringing and education to William of Tyre, a renowned scholar of the kingdom. William's influence on Baldwin was profound. Not only did he provide a comprehensive education in liberal arts and canon law, but he also noted Baldwin's peculiar illness, which manifested as a high tolerance for pain and lack of sensation. This condition, later identified as lepromatous leprosy, presented a significant challenge to Baldwin's future aspirations. King Amalric, upon learning of his son's condition, sought the expertise of top Arab physicians, employing various treatments and remedies in a bid to alleviate Baldwin's suffering. However, leprosy, particularly its severe form, defied conventional medical understanding during that era. The absence of visible symptoms initially delayed a conclusive diagnosis, as Baldwin was poised to ascend to the throne, and a leprosy diagnosis would have carried societal stigma and implications. The Middle Ages viewed leprosy with dread and superstition, often associating it with divine retribution. Lepers were marginalised, forced into quarantine, and subjected to symbolic funerals while still alive. The establishment of the Order of St. Lazarus of Jerusalem, a knightly order for lepers, reflects the societal attitudes and responses to this disease. Had Baldwin's leprosy been diagnosed earlier, his fate might have been different, possibly leading to his exclusion from the throne and relegation to the Order of St. Lazarus. This dilemma underscores the delicate balance between personal health, societal perceptions, and dynastic ambitions prevalent in medieval Jerusalem. Amalric's decisions, from dissolving marriages to navigating his son's illness, revealed the intricate web of familial, political, and medical challenges faced by rulers of that era. This historical narrative serves as a testament to the complexities of leadership and legacy in the Kingdom of Jerusalem during the Middle Ages. As the years passed, Baldwin's health deteriorated, yet his education and training continued without pause, as if he were in perfect health. Despite his disability, Baldwin persisted in his studies of governance and chivalry. He adapted to his condition by mastering horseback riding using only his legs, compensating for numbness in one hand and the need to wield a weapon with the other. Although aware that he could never fulfill the role of king as his predecessors had, Baldwin avoided self-pity, as noted by William of Tyre, who closely observed Baldwin's progress. Despite his challenges, Baldwin made significant strides in his studies, growing up hopeful and honing his natural talents. He excelled in riding horses at a gallop, had a remarkable memory, enjoyed hearing stories, and displayed a thrifty nature, while also remembering both the kindness and wrongdoing of others. Following the untimely death of the King of Mauri, Baldwin's sister Sibylla remained unmarried. Baldwin, despite his undisclosed but widely known leprosy, emerged as the leading candidate for the throne. After much debate in the High Court over choosing a leper king versus a politically unsuitable ruler, Baldwin, at the age of 13, was chosen as the successor. He was crowned king on July 15, 1174, coinciding with the 75th anniversary of Jerusalem's capture. The question of regency arose, initially offered to Miles of Pansy, but later shifted to Baldwin's cousin Raymond III of Tripoli due to Pansy's leadership shortcomings. Raymond, being the closest kinsman and influential vassal, gained approval as regent. Despite Baldwin's apparent leprosy and youth, which raised concerns among the people, the High Court prioritized finding a suitable husband for Sibylla, eventually settling on William of Montferrat. In 1176, Baldwin came of age to rule officially, although rumours circulated that he considered abdicating in favour of his brother-in-law. However, no immediate change to the throne occurred. Aware of his limitations and the looming threat from Sultan Salahuddin of Egypt and Syria, Baldwin took decisive action. He assembled his council and planned an invasion of Egypt, aiming to counter Saladin's advances and protect the Crusaders' state. During his northern campaigns, Baldwin secured vital support from Emperor Manuel of Byzantium, financial backing from his cousin Henry II of England, and military aid from his cousin Philippa of Flanders. However, fate dealt a harsh blow when Baldwin's potential heir, William Longsword, succumbed to malaria in June 1177, leaving a pregnant Sibylla behind. Baldwin himself contracted malaria but miraculously survived despite his fragile health. Disputes between the Byzantines and Baldwin's vassals derailed the planned Egyptian campaign, forcing Baldwin to face Saladin's advancing forces near Jerusalem. Though weakened by illness, Baldwin saw this as an opportunity to demonstrate his commitment. Despite suffering from malaria, he surprised many by personally leading his warriors, including joining them in battle at Ascalon. Aware of their numerical disadvantage against Saladin's army, Baldwin and his regent, Reynaud of Chatillon, chose to defend from within Ascalon's fortified walls. As Saladin's forces moved towards Jerusalem, Baldwin and Reynaud seized a moment of vulnerability and launched a surprise attack on Saladin's army at Montgisard on November 25, 1177. Though outnumbered, Baldwin's strategic surprise and Reynaud's swift cavalry charge turned the tide, leading to a resounding victory for the Franks. Saladin's forces were scattered and he retreated to Cairo, marking a significant triumph for Baldwin despite his physical challenges. Post-battle, Baldwin, while acknowledging his achievements, remained cautious about his declining health. He wrote to the French king expressing concerns about his ability to rule effectively given his illness and the ongoing threat of Arab aggression. However, Baldwin's reign faced internal challenges as well. Prominent figures like Raymond of Tripoli and his regent, Reynaud of Chatillon, sought to influence the succession, proposing Balion of Ibelin as a new spouse for Sibylla, Baldwin's sister, in 1180. This manoeuvring highlighted the delicate political landscape and the complexities Baldwin navigated as a ruler, with both physical limitations and ambitious rivals vying for influence. Baldwin was open to stepping down, but he resented being pressured into it. Eventually, he acquiesced to Raymond and Reynald's scheme, showcasing his political acumen. He flexed his authority by barring Raymond from Jerusalem and appointing his new brother-in-law, Guy of Lusignan, as regent. However, this move also highlighted his vulnerability to internal strife. Saladin capitalized on the Crusaders' discord, launching an attack when the truce with Baldwin ended in 1182. Despite his failing health, Baldwin rallied his forces against the Arab invaders, leading them to victory at the Battle of Le Fort-Belay. His leadership prowess in both politics and warfare was evident, even as the pressures of kingship and his worsening illness took their toll. By 1183, Baldwin's health had significantly declined. He lost mobility in his limbs, suffered facial disfigurement, and battle blindness. Nevertheless, he miraculously survived a serious fever that year. Guy of Lusignan's increasing independence and Saladin's siege on Kerak forced Baldwin to take decisive action. He removed Guy from the Regency, assumed direct control, and appointed Sibylla's young son as co-king. Despite his blindness and immobility, Baldwin led an army against Saladin, inspiring even his former adversaries to join the fight. Saladin, upon learning of Baldwin's approach, retreated from Kerak. However, Baldwin's health continued to deteriorate, leading him to appoint Raymond of Tripoli as regent to ensure a smooth succession. Tragically, Baldwin succumbed to another fever in May 1185, passing away at just 25 years old. His death marked the end of an era of stability for the kingdom. His nephew, King Baldwin V, briefly took the throne before his own demise, leaving Sibylla to inherit and pass the rule to her ineffective husband, Guy of Lusignan. Saladin seized the opportunity, leading to the collapse of the Crusader kingdom by 1187. Despite his short life marred by immense challenges, Baldwin IV's legacy as a resilient and capable king endures. He navigated invasions, internal strife, and illness, earning the admiration of his people. Remembered as the Leper King, Baldwin IV remains one of the most significant Crusader kings in history. Join us next time as we unravel more tales from the annals of history. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating journeys through time.